The Wood Night is sponsored by I Would Like. Mitre saws are notorious how much tear out they can create and often get treated as very crude tools or something used only in construction work rather than woodworking. Table saws would be just as awful if they didn't have zero clearance blades or cross-cut sleds. My saw already has some holes in the movable section of the fence, so I'm just transferring those with a marker to my board. In this case I'm using some scrap phenolic coated plywood, but melamine or MDF would work just fine. If your saw doesn't have any holes, you can drill some yourself. Just make sure they're on the movable section. It'll be aluminium, so it's easy to drill with a cordless drill. Note that the holes on the Bosch saws are not symmetrical. The left side has the holes spaced about 100 mm apart, and the right side has them spaced about 125 mm apart. I'm going to use some 1/4" bolts and wing nuts, so I'm drilling a 6.5 mm through hole, the closest size drill bit I had on hand. It's a good idea to counterbore the holes for the bolt heads. The bolt heads must be flush or under the surface of the fence. The fence gets attached to the saw with a bolt, washer and wing nut. To separate out into two floating fences, the easiest way is to just cut through it. You could leave it here, but there are other ways to reduce tear out further. Fastcap make a zero clearance tape, which I've got installed on my saw. It's not too expensive, and at the time I needed zero clearance insert, but the funny shaped Bosch saw insert meant I didn't have time to make one up. Before finishing up, I removed the fences and cut the notches off the tops so that the saw could extend fully and collect more dust. Now I can use the zero clearance points on the fence and insert plate to know exactly where it's going to cut, which is more accurate than any laser on any saw.